Many people scared of flying may even been now more anxious, I should say, knowing what can happen before they leave the ground, in the air, when they're in the plane, or after they actually land.
An investigation is shedding light on the number of close calls happening in the U.S., and the numbers appear to be bigger than previously thought. Let's bring in Chief Transportation Correspondent and pilot Mackay Beeler with what's behind these unnerving close calls.
It's a little shocking. Okay, so we're talking about close calls. These are what people in air transportation refer to as near misses in the air or runway incursions on the runway. And now a New York Times investigation suggests they happen on a regular basis. Now, the Times report shows at least 46 close calls involving commercial airlines in July alone. In one case, it was a business jet cleared to land on a runway that already had an airliner in position waiting to take off. There are also cases of plane loads of passengers taxiing across active runways as airliners were taking off for landing. Industry experts say these and other near catastrophes are happening more because of two main factors: controller shortages and human error.
And just look at the screen there, Mackay, as you were talking. I mean, what really jumps out to me are the controller shortages. Is it that what's really causing the problem?
Well, that's what they say. So within the next year, we're expected to have 1,400 controllers that are going to retire. So early retirement, and then other folks leave for various reasons. ATC is a very stressful job, as you can imagine. Federal officials expect to lose more than 1,400 controllers, as I said, and we're hoping to get 1,800 hired by next year.
So, working to get those people hired to try to resolve some of these near misses, which are, very close to being catastrophic, really. But what would it take, and what is it involved in training these controllers?
Well, first of all, we lost a lot of controllers during the pandemic. A lot of folks just left. And then training was slowed down because of health restrictions. Now we need 1,800 new controllers. So they need to go to an FAA academy, the Air Traffic Controller Academy in Oklahoma City, 16 weeks. And then after that, they get a mentor or a supervisor. They go to different air traffic control facilities. That training, supervised, working in the real environment, can take up to 3 years.
All right, so I know for people who are watching this right now, you said, white knuckles, people who are scared. When you look at the problem overall, is there anything of equipment that can be able to handle with these close calls?
Right, so there is a surface detection system that we're hoping, actually the National Transportation Safety Board wants all airports to have. And that will give controllers a heads up and alert if perhaps there's a possible collision on a runway. Very expensive equipment. We do have it here at Charlotte Douglas International Airport. Now, also in the cockpit, we have a traffic advisory alert collision system that pilots can see that will alert them. So we just need more training for pilots and controllers. They're taught about this, but we need recurrent training, better communication, and more staff.
Well, our lives are in their hands, too.
Absolutely.
Mackay, thank you.